This episode of KSTV is brought to you by Gem Creative, custom designs, printing, web designs, SEO, and more.
Hello folks, how are you? We're good. Howdy.
Howdy!
You are my new co-host.
I'm Reverend Peter.
And I am Kevin. Why do I keep doing it? I forget why I do that. So I gotta ask you then, sir, why are you dressed like this today?
Well, we've had Kindersley Rodeo.
A successful one, by the way.
A successful one.
Yeah.
Calgary is still cleaning up after a famous Calgary Stampede. We're having a major country-style, cowboy-style event coming in the fall.
We are. September 5th, one of our local fellows. You may know him, Dakota Butter. And he's going to bring about 40 of his buddies from the PBR tour. And they're going to perform for us.
And that'll be a reason to get your cowboy boots on, buy the new pair of jeans, get a cowboy belt with a belt buckle. Well, I don't have one, but get a belt buckle, cowboy vest, cowboy hat. It'll be like Calgary Stampede, because you know, when a Calgary Stampede comes, people come together. Community of both Calgarians and tourists becomes one. Everybody sporting cowboy boots, famous Calgary white cowboy hat, and you know, people who wouldn't tell the difference between a horse and a hedgehog.
That's a big difference.
We could pet both. I mean, you can pet both.
I don't know if you'd want to pet a hedgehog for too long.
I did one once.
Well, you're braver than I am then.
The idea is that some of those events bring us together as a community when we get to claim part of historical heritage of the land, of the community that we might not have been growing up in. We might not be part of, for years. And yet it's a common theme that binds us. It's like on St. Patrick's Day, everybody's Irish, aren't they?
That's right. And on, as an example, July 1st, our national holiday, so to speak, everybody's Canadian.
Everybody's Canadian.
Everybody celebrates.
Everybody celebrates hot dogs.
And they get along. And they watch fireworks.
Yes. That is an amazing tradition.
It is. And you know what? This year, funny enough, I was in Kamloops, BC for July 1st. They did not do fireworks. The city of Kamloops does not do fireworks. They had a drone show over the river with about 150 to 200 drones doing different pictures, if you want to call it that. It was amazing.
For several years now, major cities in Europe do the same thing on various occasions, be it equivalent of Independence Day,
right,
the day of establishing, say, the constitution of a country, or an anniversary. I've seen those on TV in Paris and London, several Polish cities.
Cool. And see, the events like that, you're right, help bring people together. Everybody's happy, everybody's slapping each other in the back, having a great time.
Pretty much, yeah.
And that's the way it should always be. Not that we should have fireworks or drone shows every weekend, although it wouldn't hurt. They do cost.
They do cost. Calgary Stampede this year did drone show as well. Yeah.
Oh, did they? Okay, I was not aware of that.
They did the blend fireworks
that would have been
and
sweet.
drones. It was.
Nice.
And I was gifted by a friend a prime seat. The drones were in my face.
Nice.
Oh, it was.
Wow, I'm jealous now. Thank you. And on that note, I think we should wrap this up.
Events sponsored by Royal Flush, the company for septic services.
Join the Kindersley Aquatic Centre throughout the summer from 7:30 to 9 p.m. for a toonie swim thanks to Saskatchewan Lotteries. Stat holidays are not included. Please check the schedule at kindersley.ca, as schedules can change without notice at the discretion of the Kindersley Aquatic Centre. Call us at 306-463-2082 or visit the website www.kindersley.ca. The Kindersley and District Chamber of Commerce is hosting the 2024 Golf Invitational on Saturday, August 24th. Registration starts at 10 a.m. with tee-off at 11 a.m. To register your team, please contact Nikki at 306-460-8384 or by email nikki.c@kellyinsurancebrokers.ca. The Kindersley Clippers Hockey School is back. August 26th to 30th, spots are limited. Sign up at Clippers Hockey Facebook page. The Kindersley Museum Paint Night was a huge success, and a huge thank you goes out to Apex Distribution for sponsoring our paint night. Registration is required. Please call the tourism advisors at 306-463-6620 to sign up. Or if talking on the phone isn't for you, you can email them at tourismkindersley@kindersley.ca to sign up. August 12th, 6 p.m. Can't wait to see you there. Come and join us on August 10th and 11th at Flatlander Speedway just west of Kindersley. It's going to be a great night of racing, or two.
And we're back. Hello, I'm Kevin.
And I'm Peter.
And we are here for your viewing pleasure. Are you hungry, Peter?
Always.
Okay, well, good. I've got a question for you. Now, this relates to the article you wrote. Is salad part of the dinner? Is it dinner? Is it like an appetizer? What is it exactly?
Well, I think that depends which part of the world you go to.
I knew you might say that.
As I wrote in my article, I really like John Pinette's sentiment. Salad isn't food. Salad is a promissory note that food is about to arrive.
Right.
So I don't mind salad as long as it's accompanied by a nice medium rare T-bone steak, the sizable fillet of coho salmon, medium rare as well.
Okay. I can't argue with that. But do you want that with your meal? Or do you want it before the meal? All these points to ponder.
Well, the biggest problem with salad before the meal is that you fill yourself up with rabbit food,
Yes.
and then you have no more room for the real food.
Gotcha. So you're saying basically
I prefer
part of the
it
meal.
alongside, and then I can nibble on.
As you feel
lettuce.
like it, you can have some. Okay. Well, I asked because we had a recent food festival here in town.
It was fabulous.
It was the Kindersley Filipino Food and Music Street Festival. And it was amazing. They did a great job. And the food was, again, amazing. You were there. We actually sat down for a few minutes and talked about things.
We even briefly shared lunch together.
We did.
Yes, and we partook, some of us, in that which other people would not, just like salad, consider food.
And that's too bad because it's all great food. And I've been eating Filipino food for a long time now.
So I gather you are fond of grilled pig intestines?
Not fond of. I have eaten them, but it's not my favorite. Put it that way.
That was my first time, and I will have them again any chance I get.
Okay,
They
well,
were
that's
fabulous.
They were. All of the food vendors that were there were busy, I must say. And they had music and entertainment going on inside.
And I was impressed that community braved the heat and showed up.
Well,
That
they
was
could go
impressive.
inside and get cool, though, too.
I did not notice the inside.
Well, they had bands playing. They had other games and stuff for kids going on the stage. You didn't go inside? My
I was
goodness.
busy eating.
Oh, okay. I'll let it go then. No, it was great. I was really nice to see. And like you said before, an event like that brings the town and the people together.
Absolutely. I think food is one of those, alongside with sports events, but I think food is one of those universal glues that holds us together, universal magnets that draws us together. And was it 2018 or 19 when here in Kindersley at the Elks Hall we had a international or food festival with
Right.
various communities in town cooking their food.
Right.
And that was a packed event too.
And it seems like when you visit somebody, usually you're breaking bread, but you're sharing, you're socializing, but usually it's in the kitchen.
Pretty much.
And
pretty
that's
much.
just where we are. That's where we gravitate to.
There is a reason we have this concept of kitchen table in our social vocabulary.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
where we gravitate to. We like to eat.
Yeah, this is where you eat, this is where you cry, this is where you budget for your next vacation. This is where you
true.
sit down with kids and say, you know, you gotta start cleaning your room.
And while you're there, put the cell phone away.
That as well.
I've seen that happen at too many dinner tables, too.
I remember seeing a scene in a movie, I think. First one to pick up the phone during the dinner pays for the whole meal.
I like that. That's a good. I like that. Okay, I'm going to use that next time I go out. I think we've eaten this topic fairly well.
Well, we've worked out an appetite for more, that's for sure.
We did. So we'll have to think about something else, and we'll see you again.
Take care.
Local news sponsored by Mid Plains Diesel. Hey, believe it or not, the government of Saskatchewan is making significant progress on the Highway 7 intersection projects in Kindersley. With a budget of $6.5 million, improvements include road widening, repaving, and upgrades to traffic signals and pedestrian crossings at intersections with Highway 21 and Ditson Drive. The construction, which began in May, is expected to be completed by October. The Kindersley Memorial Tree Program has seen a lot of interest amongst residents. The Memorial Tree Program allows the public to pay tribute to a loved one by donating and dedicating a tree or trees in Kindersley. The Memorial Tree application form is required for each dedication. Applicants can state their order of preference for location of the dedicated tree planting. Please note, we will try our best to plant in the designated location, but tree planting locations cannot be guaranteed. Get the application form at kindersley.ca. The town of Kindersley shared that these individuals damaged a lamppost at the Motherwell Beach. If you have any information or you know who these people are, please contact Kindersley RCMP directly at 306-463-4642 or contact the town office at 306-463-2675. Thank you for helping us keep the community safe and cared for. Wildfire season continues to challenge Saskatchewan residents and emergency services. As of today, over 50 active wildfires are burning across the province, with the largest near La Ronge, causing evacuations and significant damage to property. The provincial government has deployed additional firefighting crews and resources to assist in containment efforts. Residents are urged to stay informed and prepared as dry conditions and high winds persist. The province is set to establish a new agricultural innovation hub in Regina, thanks to a $50 million investment from the federal government. The hub will focus on research and development in sustainable farming practices, crop improvement, and agri-tech innovations. This initiative aims to position Saskatchewan as a leader in agricultural innovation, providing local farmers with the cutting-edge tools and knowledge to improve productivity and environmental sustainability. The hub is expected to open its doors early next year, creating numerous job opportunities and fostering collaborations between scientists, farmers, and tech developers.
Hi, Peter.
Hello, Kevin.
How are you?
I am doing really well, and yourself?
I am great, thank you. Welcome to our show. I think they're going to name it the Kevin Rev Show, or the Rev and Kev Show. What do you think of that?
Well, there used to be a saying, age before beauty.
Okay, so where am I in that equation? I had to ask, come on.
In my Catholic past, we would also say, altar servers before the minister.
There you go. Well, I got a question for you today.
Yes.
What do you feel about working from home? Now, in your job, so to speak, during COVID, I imagine you could have done some of the services over the internet or YouTube or whatever you want to call it. Did you do that? I don't know.
So we did services online, make them
online.
available because gathering in person was not happening.
Right.
I did, however, work most of my time from my office in the church as opposed to home. I think it requires an extra level of discipline to produce and deliver the same quality when you work from home, when you can stay in your pajamas till the end of the day, and you can take a break if you want to watch soap operas. Are they still a thing? Because I don't know.
I don't know. I don't have TV at home. I have no idea. But I don't work from home either. I don't, personally, I prefer to go to my office and work.
I think work from home also has a huge potential to impact our family life.
Absolutely it would, yes.
When you go to the office, then you come home, and then you're off.
Yes.
If you work from home, when are you off?
You're never really off duty. And that's not a good thing because your family needs your attention as well.
I admit to being guilty of the guy who has a perfectly comfortable book-laden study in the manse, the minister's house.
Okay, yeah.
So I try to work on healthier balance. But
And that can be tough to do.
very much so.
There's a lot of pressures on us to produce quality work, if I may use that term.
Absolutely.
And if you're missing that discipline at home, Yeah, you may not be working very long then, because your employer is going to say, well, you have to do this, this, or this, but you don't want to do this, this, or that.
Now, I don't argue that there are certain jobs that you don't have to be in the office or in the cubicle for. I mean, if most of your life is spent in front of a keyboard and a telephone, technically somebody could say, who cares where you sit?
And in theory, they're right. There's a advertisement saying, yeah, work from the beach, take your laptop.
But then, you remember those funny stories, real ones that became Facebook and internet sensations of, politicians and directors of companies giving interview with their pants hanging behind them on the chair, or suddenly children running into the room. I participated in many meetings where on one hand, you realize it's a friendly meeting. On the other hand, yeah, I know you have a dog.
It's still a business.
Pretty much.
And when your cat's running across your keyboard, that does not look good for business.
And from a business perspective, the question I would ask is, how is the productivity?
That can be tough to measure, though, for some jobs. Now, a lot of buildings in bigger centers are empty or partially empty because people are resisting the idea of going back to the office. How do you entice them to come back to the office and not lose them?
I think COVID forced us to learn new ways of doing things.
Yes, I would agree.
But COVID is over.
Yes.
So what did we learn from it? And let's say, okay, did we learn how to work from home? Yes. Yeah. But we also know that during COVID, alcohol consumption went sky high.
Unfortunately, yes.
So
that's true.
How do we balance? How do we learn from it? As for how do we make people go back? I think it's a conversation employers and employees need to have. Mm-hmm. But the question I would ask, what kind of job did people sign up for in the first place?
Right.
And then where is the room for negotiations?
Right. And that would have to be, it could be an uncomfortable conversation, however.
Those are always uncomfortable conversations.
But in the end, and say it's your company and you want your employees to be happy, but at the other hand, you still want them to be productive.
Yes. And if I were an employer, I would want a productivity that I had before certain events.
Yes.
Can we get back to it? Sometimes the circumstances might be external, world economy, I don't know, climate change or some catastrophe happen that affects things.
Right.
These things happen.
Yes.
But day-to-day operations, I need stuff delivered the way we agreed it'll be delivered.
Right. And if it's not done the way you want it done,
we need to have a difficult conversation.
And that may mean some people are going to have to resign if they don't want to play by your rules.
If I were the employer, which thank God I am not, if I were the employer, I would hope for long but productive conversations.
Of course,
because I think
absolutely.
that is something we as people, whether it's job situation, volunteer club situation, social context situation, we should never ever tire of conversation.
Right. And the work from home aspect is great because it does have some advantages, let's face it. You don't have to have your morning or evening commute. You can get up anytime you want to use the washroom or go get a drink of the milk in the fridge or whatever.
Technically, your childcare isn't a problem.
Right. So there are good and there are some not so good.
And it also depends on the job. Some jobs, like, keyboard and a phone, you could do from home. I can't imagine how can a plumber work from home.
Well, that's one thing I don't want to get into.
I was given a word of wisdom about plumbers once.
Oh, and?
Yes, came to me from northern Alberta.
Okay.
The stuff always flows downhill.
Yes.
The pay is on Friday.
Yep.
And never lick your fingers.
And on that note, I'm going to go wash up.
See you later.
Sports, sponsored by the Tint Doctor. We've got you covered.
The Energy Dodge Dakota Butter Invitational. This professional bull riders event will debut in Kindersley on September the 5th, 2024 at the Kindersley West Central Events Center. This event is hosted by local rider Dakota Butter and will feature top riders from Canada and internationally. And the Saskatchewan Roughriders sign a new quarterback. The Roughriders are looking to bolster their playoff prospects with this new addition. Eric Barrier brings a wealth of talent and experience from his collegiate career at Eastern Washington University, where he set multiple records and won prestigious awards, including the Walter Payton Award in 2021, given to the most outstanding offensive player in the NCAA Division I Football Championship subdivision. Barrier's dynamic playing style and strong leadership skills are expected to energize the team and improve their offensive performance as they aim for a strong finish this season. The Saskatoon Valkyries championship win in 2024 marks their 7th league title, underscoring their dominance in women's football in Canada. The team's success is attributed to their rigorous training regime, strategic gameplay, and the exceptional skills of their players and coaching staff. The Girolami sisters, in particular, have been standout performers, contributing significantly to both offensive and defensive plays. The Valkyries' victory not only brings pride to their local community, but also inspires young female athletes across the province to pursue football and other sports. Saskatchewan athletes at the Paris Olympics. In addition to the athletes, Saskatchewan's representation in coaching and support roles at the Paris Olympics highlights the province's comprehensive sports development programs. Coaches like Leah Tomatis and Chris Beloff bring their expertise and experience to the international stage, having previously led teams to success in various national and international competitions. The inclusion of mission staff from Saskatchewan, such as Chris Dornan and Lisa Hoffert, ensures that athletes receive the best possible support in logistics, training, and mental preparation, enhancing their chances of achieving Olympic success.
And we're here. We're back again.
Hello!
Hi, Peter.
Hello, Kevin.
How are you?
Doing really well, though sweating a little bit.
Well, this hot weather will do that for us.
This too shall pass.
Absolutely.
Soon enough, we will be complaining about cold.
Right. Now that leads me to another question. Our technology today, although most of us are social media savvy.
Speak for yourself.
Okay. Like I said, I did say most of us.
I have a Facebook account. I never said I'm savvy.
Okay, I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt.
Okay.
Okay. So there's always, I'm going to use the term scams out there. So my question to you is, if you're on the internet in some way, how do you know that what you're looking at is real or not? How do people know that we're even real? Are we even here?
In the old days, we would say, pinch me. But nowadays, with boundaries and appropriateness, I think even suggestion could get us in trouble. So what I do is when I see primarily, either religious or political news or primarily, little memes, a sentence about something,
Right.
I go and I try to fish out, did it really happen? I go into Google search engine, type it in, and then I see, did it happen? Didn't it happen? If I want to spend enough time, I'm growing more and more cynical. So I am more and more focused on my area of expertise.
Fair enough. Now, I've had some reading an article this morning about fake job postings on the internet. So you're a young person, say, and you're applying for a job, but how do you know that you're actually applying for a real job?
I wouldn't know. I would have no idea. And when you said a
Exactly.
scam, doesn't surprise me.
The scammers are so good nowadays, they can make almost anything look original and true. So unless you actually get onto the company's website itself, which you probably should do then if you're looking for work, don't be fooled by something you see on the internet.
But then you might even ask yourself, is the company's website legit?
Wow, I know that's true. I mean, overall it shouldn't be, of course. However,
You don't want to sound paranoid, but when you hear times and times again about people being scammed, when you hear times and times again how either police or some social concepts are warning us against scams.
yes,
Watch out for this, watch out for that. When you be told repeatedly that certain banks or CRA will never communicate in certain ways.
right, correct.
Yes, what's real?
it's unnerving actually,
Very much.
because you wonder, can you trust anything that you see? Are we, like I said, are we really here? Kevin says hi, by the way. So there you go. It's just you get paranoid about everything, and I don't like that feeling personally, where I've probably missed out on some opportunities because I just automatically deleted it because it looked phony or it looked too good.
For me, whenever financial matters are involved, I am cautious.
As we should be, because even though the police say and the banks say you should never give out your banking information to an organization or person you don't know, unfortunately, people still do it. Either they just don't know that they shouldn't, or they're really just so excited about the potential opportunity that they might be missing if they don't.
And the voice at the other end of the line can be extremely convincing.
It can be, and it's extremely hard to discern what's real and what's not.
I think it's a balance between us becoming, on one hand, I don't want to say trustworthy, but gullible. And on the other hand, living in our little bubbles, living our own lives, but within that, we somehow lose the ability to discern what is and what isn't real.
And those scammers are so good, and I mean so good. And if they took that energy and that creativity, put it towards something legit, hey, they'd be better off.
That reminds me of a man in a town in Calgary.
Okay.
In Calgary, who traveled from church to church with absolutely convincing stories
Okay.
about the wife and the
Oh, I
children
see. Okay.
and mother and hospital and trip to Edmonton. And I remember clergy shipping around informations. He's making rounds again. And I once commented, if he spent half that energy on looking for a real job, he'd be employed already.
Absolutely.
And the man was good. Took me for a ride twice.
Maybe he should be in the Calgary acting group. Who knows?
Theaters are always looking for good actors.
Absolutely, and that's what we are. We're good actors. And I think we should act our way out of this conversation.
Until we see you again, stay vigilant.
And don't give anybody information of your finances you don't want them to have.
Hi everyone, be sure to grab a free copy of our bi-weekly print issue in over 50 locations across Kinnersley. Also included in our magazine is the free Kinnersley Social Extra, where we publish things like community events for nonprofits and obituaries for free. If you would like to be featured in our magazine or have something advertised, please email hello@kinnersleysocial.ca.